Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Minnesota.
This Twins and Royals series is brought to you by the all-new Chrysler 200 with available all-wheel drive, America's import. The Twins are finally back home, and they'll be here for a while. Tonight marks the start of a 10-day, 11-game homestand, all against division opponents. The Twins will begin with the division leaders, Kansas City, just a half game above the Tigers, but 11.5 above Minnesota. And the Royals trying to end a postseason drought that spans 3 decades. Good evening and welcome to Target Field. I'm Jamie Hirsch. Well, the Twins and Royals are taking part in a weekend wraparound series, and Kansas City enters as the hottest team in baseball right now. It's been a Royal revival of sorts as they've battled back from down 7 games in the division 2 different times already this season to sit at the top. So, what's behind the surge? Well, Ron Gardenhire says it's mostly pitching. They've got a great starting staff and an even better bullpen. But Gardy also said the Royals might be the most athletic team in baseball, with guys who can field like crazy in all positions. The Royals are also getting some timely hitting, including some from former Twins Josh Willingham. That'll be the challenge tonight for Ricky Nolasco as he tries to quiet the Kansas City bats. And when we come back, Dick Bramer and Burt Blyleven will have more on Ricky Nolasco and what to expect from him in his return from the disabled list where he's been for a month now.
Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. And by Jeep. Hurry in and get a great deal during the Jeep Summer Clearance event.
The Twins will see an awful lot of the Kansas City Royals and their great pitching staff for the next 2 weeks. Tonight, left-hander Danny Duffy has been really good for the Royals, particularly against the Twins. Will face Right-hander Ricky Nolasco making his return to the active roster. And we welcome you to Target Field. Dick Bramer welcoming my partner back.
And I'm back. Thank you very much.
With all due respect to your return, the return that people are most interested in, I think the return of Ricky Nolasco, who went on the disabled list with some elbow discomfort, and everyone's waiting to see how well he can pitch after that.
Yeah, Ricky Nolasco's last start came on July 6th against the New York Yankees. It didn't go too well. Only 2 innings allowed by Nolasco. A big 3-run home run by Jacoby Ellsbury kind of did half the damage to Nolasco. He went on the disabled list with that right elbow injury. Maybe it had been bothering him for a while. He says he feels good. He's looking forward to this start.
Well, and we're all looking forward to a long homestand where we get a chance to see one of the most exciting new players in the American League, Danny Santana of the Twins.
Yeah, new exciting players. You got to like this guy, what he has brought. Now, when he was on a disabled list, we didn't see a lot of fire. Rod Gordon hired a manager saying this guy brings a lot of energy with him. And over the last 5 ball games, you can see what he has had. 13 hits, getting on base, stealing some bases, doing exactly what a leadoff hitter is asked to do in a ball game.
And Santana will be in the lineup for the Twins. Josh Willingham will be in the lineup for the Kansas City Royals.
Well, a lot of home runs for Josh Willingham 2 years ago. The last couple of years have been a little frustrating for him. Now a Kansas City Royal. The Royals hoping that what Josh can do for them is what he did for the Twins a couple of years ago when he drove in 110 runs. Can't do that in a month and a half. But this guy, if he gets hot, he's that right-handed power bat that they're looking for.
At times, the Royal lineup has been punchless. They hope to get some punch from the former Twin, Josh Willingham. He's hit a lot of home runs here at Target Field. Kenny Vargas hopes to hit a few this series as well as the Twins open up a 4-gamer with the Royals.
Here it looks like the Minnesota Twins will not be playing in baseball's second season, but they will have a big say in who will represent the AL Central in October. With 4 series in a row against playoff contenders, Minnesota looks to continue its recent offensive output and spoil some postseason parties. Tonight they open a 4-game series against the resurgent Royals, who are trying to get back to the playoffs for the first time since 1985. And the Twins taking the field for an 11-game homestand, 10 of them scheduled. We have a split doubleheader coming up next weekend against the Detroit Tigers. Ed Yost has his team playing very good baseball. They've had an 8-game winning streak since the All-Star break. They've won 18 of their last 22 games. They've won 7 straight series. And Josh Willingham, traded from a last-place ball club, has to enjoy being instead now with a first-place ball club.
A lot of good things working right for the Royals right now.
The Menards batting order for the opener for Kansas City. Nori Aoki leading things off. Omar Infante. Salvador Perez with Eric Hosmer on the DL. Billy Butler getting a chance to play some at first base and hitting better because of it. Alex Gordon, Josh Willingham, Mike Moustakas, Alcides Escobar, and Gerard Dyson.
And welcome back, Ricky Nolasco, making his 19th start of the year. This will be his 4th start against the Kansas City Royals. Now, he went on a disabled list on July 7th, kind of rested that right elbow a little bit, had a couple stints in Cedar Rapids. That's a single-A affiliate for the Twins. He worked last Sunday, 5 2/3 innings. So they want to get him back up here, have 7, 8 more starts. Hopefully they're consistent and better than the numbers that show right there on the screen.
Remember those numbers and then compare them at season's end, and the Twins hope obviously the numbers are a lot better by the end of the season. The Northland Ford defense for the Twins. In left field, Jordan Schaefer, Danny Santana in center, Oswaldo Arcia in right. Luke Escobar, Dozier, Mauer, the infielders. Suzuki back behind the plate.
Yeah, Nolasco making his 4th start and 4th career start against Kansas City. He has pitched 2 very good games, maybe 2 of the best games he pitched all season long against the Royals here at Target Field, winning 7-1 and 10-2. Total of 14 innings, only 2 runs allowed.
Here is Aoki, then Infante and Perez. Down and in, ball 1. Aoki got a big hit for the Royals in yesterday's win over the Oakland A's. The A's, of course, took 3 out of 4 from the Twins.
You know, Dick, when you're winning ball games like the Royals are, everybody is contributing. And Aoki, who was on a disabled list, activated on July 11th, is kind of the igniter. He's kind of like Santana we highlighted in the open. Guy that gets on, has some speed, can steal some bases.
1 down, Omar Infante will bat. Last weekend, the Twins were in Oakland, lost 3 out of 4. And surrounding that series, a couple of series with the Kansas City Royals, and the Royals took 2 out of 3 and 3 out of 4. That's how good the Royals are playing right now.
Yeah, this is the 13th meeting between the Twins and the Royals, and the Twins have won half of them and have won 4 of the 6 here at Target Field.
First pitch strike to Infante. They're in first place in the division. It's not the first time. A couple months ago, the Royals actually were ahead of the Tigers, and that kind of woke the Tigers up, and then it looked like the Tigers were going to go ahead and run away from everybody else. But now here we are with about a quarter of the season left. Kansas City has a half-game lead over the prohibitive favorite. Tigers are losing tonight already to Seattle 4-1.
There's Josh right there. Willingham taking a look at Nolasco.
2-1.
And Nolasco, big thing. He's got very good control, even though, you know, in 18 starts, 28 walks, so that's very good. He doesn't walk a lot of guys, but 140 hits and 104 innings pitched.
Pop up right side, Dozier.
Good fastball, outer half of the plate. 2
down. Twins hope to climb up at least 1 rung on the ladder this year. They're 2 games behind the White Sox. The White Sox have plenty of issues as well. But the battle on top is really going to be interesting. Even in the loss column, the Indians playing .500 baseball, so you have to necessarily include them in the mix here with a quarter of the season to go. But the Indians just lost John Axford on waivers yesterday.
You know what's so nice to see is the Royals, you know, like you said, the second time this year they have been in first place. It's clubs like this that have been rebuilding for the last 3 or 4 years, all of a sudden having success, and it's kind of like a Cinderella story. You know, Detroit's supposed to win. They're supposed to win a division, but here's Kansas City, and that builds confidence.
Fly ball right field corner, chased by Arcia, and no play. Arcia ran into the padding.
He just ran out of room. Looked like he put his chest right into that padding down that right field line. Arcia keeping his eye on the ball and banging into the wall. This guy here, Perez, has loved hitting here at Target Field. Perez hitting .354 here at Target Field.
Hit to center. Santana back to make the catch. A good 1-2-3 inning for Ricky Nolasco. One, 2, 3 innings. Nobody got on base. Just a handful of pitches.
Only 9 pitches, too.
Gardenhire hoping to continue his mastery over the Royals. Certainly wasn't the case last year when the Royals won all 6 series. So far, the Twins are 6-6 against Kansas City. And here's tonight's Menard's batting order. Danny Santana, followed by Brian Dozier, Joe Mauer, Kenny Vargas, Trevor Plouffe, Kurt Suzuki, Oswaldo Arcia, Eduardo Escobar, and Jordan Schaefer.
And that lineup will be facing left-handed pitcher Danny Duffy. Duffy 7-10 on the year, but a very good 2.57 earned run average. He's allowed only 82 hits in 116 innings pitched. Control can be an issue at times, 44 walks, but he does pick up some strikeouts with 91.
At some point tonight, I'm predicting Santana is going to try to bunt his way aboard, pushing a bunt toward Billy Butler, the first baseman. First pitch fouled back to the screen. Royals a very good defensive team, and Billy Butler, they say, has done a really good job in the field since Hosmer went out with a wrist injury.
Yeah, Butler playing about even with the bag, looking for the possible push bunt.
Back to Duffy, a one hopper. One away. And that'll bring up Dozier. First, let's take a look at the Royals out of the field. Best in the business in left field, Alex Gordon. Gerard Dyson very fleet-footed in center. Nori Aoki in right. Mike Moustakas at third. Alcides Escobar at short. Omar Infante at second. Butler at first. And again, the best in the business behind the plate, Salvador Perez. One down. Here is Dozier. Pop up. And Infante calls for it. And 2 quick outs for the Kansas City starter.
Yeah, both starters throwing strikes. Take a look at the Mall of America scouting report on young Danny Duffy. Now, 2 years ago, he had the Tommy John surgery, kind of a rehab year last year. This young man has a great arm. He's got an outstanding curveball. There's the fastball, the curveball, the changeup, and the confidence just keeps climbing. Even though he's 7-10, 7 wins, 10 losses, he has been pitching very good baseball over his last 4 starts. 2-0 with a 2.22 ERA.
2 outs on just 3 pitches so far. 3 strikes. And Mauer takes strike 1.
You know, Dick, that's one thing that they're trying to get Danny Duffy to do is he's got an outstanding fastball, but sometimes during the ball game he may try to overthrow rather than take a little off, and that's what young pitchers have to learn, and Duffy's learning that right here at the major league level.
Swing and a miss.
You can see the good fastball right there.
A pitch similar to the one that Mauer clubbed over the fence in right center field in Houston against a left-hander.
Joe's 3rd home run of the year.
0-2 to Mauer. 15-game hitting streak, through which he has hit .373. Fly ball to left. Alex Gordon with the catch. Nothing but strikes, and only 6 of them in a 1-2-3 first inning.
And the Twins. Well, today Fox Sports North, along with the Minnesota Wild and Minnesota Hockey, announced that the outdoor games for the 9th annual Wells Fargo Hockey Day Minnesota will take place Saturday, January 17th at St. Paul's Holman Field, showcasing the Minnesota National Guard, who recently deployed to Kuwait. The first boys game will feature St. Paul Johnson against Laverne, whose boys team made its first Minnesota State High School League state tournament appearance this past season. The second boys game will feature perennial state tourney combatants St. Thomas Academy and Hill Murray. And then the final game at Holman will feature the girls teams from Cretin-Durham Hall and the Duluth Northern Stars. Proceeds from this event will benefit St. Paul Youth Hockey and serving our troops. Guys.
Very nice. Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you, Jamie. It was my pleasure to be a part of Hockey Day Minnesota for a number of years. Here's Billy Butler. Big swing and a miss, 1-1. Butler, Gordon, and Willingham. For most of this year, Butler was really struggling at the plate, not getting many hits, not getting many extra base hits. He maintained through it all that he didn't feel like he was a designated hitter. Well, now he's had the chance to play some at first base, and his numbers are getting better.
Yeah, Eric Hosmer again on a disabled list with that wrist injury. They don't expect him back until maybe, early September, if not mid-September. That's kind of why they went out and get Willingham too. They wanted to. Butler's going to play first base. They wanted some power in that lineup.
3-1 now to Butler. Eric Hosmer's not going to start swinging a bat for another week, and then you figure a couple more weeks after that. And if all goes well, he will be able to rejoin the team sometime in September when rosters expand and all that. 3-1 to the leadoff man here in the second. And he missed ball 4. Nolasco with a walk. Nolasco has said on a number of occasions that his elbow feels better than it has in a couple of years. Something clearly was wrong with Nolasco before he went on the disabled list. Now, whether it's fixed or not, of course, that remains to be seen. But he comes into the game here today with an opponent batting average of .330 in over 1,300 innings in the National League. An opponent batting average of .270. Now that is a 60-point difference. The ball hit down the line and a foul ball. And in fact, last year between Miami and the Dodgers, his opponent batting average was .252. So that's the pitcher the Twins were getting, they thought. And he says, well, the elbow's been tender feeling a little pressure in there. Structurally, everything was fine. They shut him down, are building him back up in the hopes of getting the pitcher they thought they were getting in the offseason.
Well, you know, I myself, Dick, you go out there with a little bit of a sore elbow and you try to pitch through it. And I think Ricky Nolasco tried to do that, and they finally shut him down. Right. You know, you go out there and you sign the big contract. They expect you to be out there, maybe out of spring training. I don't know when it happened for Nolasco, but there's a little bit of irritation in an elbow, and all of a sudden you're starting to leave balls up. Your fastball doesn't have the zip, and hopefully he can, in a little bit of time off he had since July 7th, he'll find that zip on that fastball again.
That was at 90.
It's been as high as 92 today.
Yeah.
And that's where usually, you know, where he's at. He's going to top out about 92, 93 when he's healthy, and hopefully he is.
Popped up a foul ball, 2-2.
Tough pitch to lay off right there, that high fastball. Yeah, Nolasco's given up 16 home runs in his 18 starts. He has had 10 double plays turned behind him. And you're not going to get too many double plays if you leave that ball up.
Pitch around a leadoff walk. Butler aboard, but not a fleet runner at all.
Yeah, Gordon's hit in the 9 double plays.
And a base hit to center. Butler will go to second. And hold up there. First and second, nobody out for the newest Royal.
Batting sixth, designated hitter number 7, Josh Willingham.
Nice applause for Josh.
Willingham, 2.5 years roughly with the Twins. Since coming over to Kansas City, 2 hits, including a double in 10 at-bats, 4 strikeouts.
Yeah, Josh traded on August 11th for a minor league right-handed pitcher, Jason Adam.
Off the plate, ball 1.
And Josh was going to be a free agent at the end of the year, so the Twins, you know, ended up trading him, and hopefully Josh can get in the postseason with the Royals.
One and 0. And over the inside corner, just a coincidence or not, Twins did a good job trading players for the players' benefit. Sam Fuld went to a first-place team in Oakland. Kevin Correa went to a first-place team with the Dodgers. Josh Willingham to a first-place team now in Kansas City. Kendrys Morales going to a second-place team, or excuse me, third-place team, the Seattle Mariners. 1-2 to Willingham. Moustakas will follow. Never been in the postseason. In fact, that's kind of a theme with this Kansas City roster. Among regular players, only Omar Infante has any postseason experience. And a strikeout, first out of the second inning.
And a good breaking ball right there. Nolasco picking up a big strikeout, his first. This is where you want that breaking ball, starting down and away, and you see a little bit of a dip on that right there. Willingham strikes out.
And now Moustakas. Moustakas had a great spring training. We know that doesn't count, but then he struggled as soon as the game started counting. Sent down, called back up a little bit better since his call up. 92, and it misses low.
Yeah, just hitting 199, but he does have 14 home runs, and he has driven in 48 runs in 321 plate appearances.
Two and 0. Royals never said it. We just thought it. If the Royals were going to be in contention this late or in first place this late in the season, Moustakas and Hosmer were going to be the Gaetti and Herbeck of the Royals. And instead, Moustakas is hitting under 200, and Hosmer's on the disabled list. 2-0. Line to Mauer, and he fires to second, a double play. A walk and a single start the inning. Nolasco pitches out of a jam. You're watching the Twins and Royals, brought to you by the all-new Chrysler 200.
Moment on Wednesday night when Twins prospect Byron Buxton collided with a teammate in the outfield at Class AA New Britain. He was taken off the field in an ambulance, but in our Sanford Health injury report, the good news is, amazingly, no broken bones, but he was diagnosed with a concussion and then placed on the 7-day disabled list, and he will continue to be monitored, but there is no timetable for his return. However, Buxton did tweet out his thanks for an outpouring of support from Twins fans, and obviously Dick and Bert, a critical part of Twins' future plans. So a sigh of relief from Twins Nation that it was only a concussion.
And Vargas's soft line drive, loved by Infante, one away. And you say that, and we all believe that, because having seen the collision now, you sure anticipated there'd be broken collarbone or worse. But take a look at what happened Wednesday. Mike Kwasnicka was fine. Yeah. He's the right fielder that came in with his knee and hit Buxton right below the left area of his neck.
Well, they talk about Buxton, but Kwasnicka, I believe that's his name. Yeah, I mean, what about him?
Yeah, he's fine.
Thank goodness he's okay too.
That's the worst thing I've seen on television, and I saw Legally Blonde too.
That was a nice catch by Infante. Timed that leap perfectly to get Vargas's soft line drive for the first out.
1-0 to Trevor Plouffe. And he takes high. Twins obviously approaching Duffy like he's going to get ahead of you with that first pitch fastball. Let's see if we can do some damage early. Santana swung at the first pitch. Dozier put the first pitch in play. And now 2-0 to Plouffe.
It's a good fastball, but it's pretty straight like that right there. And Plouffe just fouled it straight back. Duffy, just 25 years old, in his 4th season with the Royals. Drafted by the Royals in 2007 out of Northern California.
2-1. Another pop-up. This one near the Twins dugout, backing out of play. It sits there, and we've seen a lot of hitters go after it, and they just can't get on top of it.
Well, I remember Nolasco threw that one to Gordon that he just can't get underneath. You know, you want to tomahawk that ball, but the ball from Nolasco and Duffy got a little bit of giddy up here early in the first couple innings.
We'll fly to left, the easy play for Gordon. 1 ground out, 4 fly ball outs, 2 down, and that'll bring up Suzuki. Target Field has become the top choice for families throughout Twins territory for all kinds of special occasions and commemorations. Groups of 25 or more qualify for special ticket discounts and can reserve certain seats without a deposit. Organize your family group outing at Target Field. Find out more at twinsbaseball.com/groups or at 800-33-TWINS. A lot of great home action here with 11 games in 10 days. Suzuki takes a fastball for a strike. Suzuki essentially got 2 days off, the final game in Houston, and then yesterday a scheduled off day.
Kurt hitting .301. That's 10th best in the American League. Altuve of the Houston Astros leading, hitting .337.
Inside.
You know, I didn't make that Houston trip, but he had to be fun to watch. Altuve.
He.
I mean, what's he, 5'5"?
Yeah, he's very short, but he just hustles and,
he does.
Puts the ball in play.
I watched the game. He was impressive.
The hope is that Houston can get its act together and he can have a great career there. But I don't know if there's a second baseman I'd rather have on in my lineup right now, Cano included, than Jose Altuve. He steals bases. Just a great player. Hit a home run against the Twins. Is what, 5th, I believe. 2-1 to Suzuki. And I noticed you weren't in Houston, by the way. You went around the world twice on your long break here?
Yes, I did, yeah. Got back this morning just in time for this ball game.
3-1 with Arcia on deck.
Not a lot of at-bats against Duffy. For Suzuki, 2 hits and 8 at-bats. Dozier and Plouffe have the most at-bats, now 13 against young Danny Duffy. He's pitched well here at Target Field. This is his 3rd start, 2-0, an ERA under 1.
Dribbled to the left field corner, down for a hit. Hit one, hops the wall, and Suzuki will challenge Gordon's arm. And he's in with a double. First hit of the game for the Twins goes to Kurt Suzuki, a 2-out double to left field.
And his 24th double of the year puts him in scoring position. Continues to swing a good bat. Fastball, middle in. Kurt just dropping the barrel of the bat, opening up quickly, lining it down that left field line.
We'll bring up Oswaldo Arcia.
Arcia had quite a day a couple days ago with a couple home runs in that Houston series.
Hit one to right, hit one to left.
But this is one tough lefty right here. Left-handed hitters against Duffy, hitting only .138.
First home run he pulled just over the wall and right, and then the next one just got over the wall and left.
This on Tuesday. Twins ended up losing that ball game 10-4, but a good day at the plate with a couple home runs. Oswaldo Arcia.
See what he can get done here now with Suzuki at 2nd and 2 down. Swing and a miss.
Coming into the ball game, opponents hitting just .138 against Duffy. 12 hits and 87 at bats coming into the ball game. He's only given up 2 extra base hits to left-handers, 2 doubles. He's given up 9 home runs, not one to a left-handed hitter yet.
Suzuki took a big secondary lead after the first pitch. And Perez bluffs the throw. He will keep the runners very active, the Kansas City catcher will. Tonight's Cold Hard Fact brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Some pretty good pitchers ahead of Duffy on the list. Some pretty good ones behind him. Corey Kluber going tonight against the Orioles. 1-1 to the Twins right fielder. 2-1.
Kind of overthrow that curveball right there.
Seattle's opened up a 6-1 lead on Detroit. Swing and a miss.
Arcia hitting only .181 against left-handed pitchers. 13 hits and 72 at bats. A couple home runs.
Two and two. Struck him out with a mid-90s fastball. And Suzuki's left at second base.
Is presented by Century Link, your link to what's next. By Northland Ford. Visit northlandford.com and your local Northland Ford dealers today. And by Grand Casino. The best stories start here.
Dick and Bert with you from Target Field along with Jamie Hirsch. Opening game of a wraparound series. Night game again tomorrow. Day game Sunday. Another night game on Monday.
Have you been bucket challenged yet for ALS?
No, I have not.
That's a thing going around.
Yeah,
and I was challenged by Jamie, speaking of Jamie, and myself and Ron Gardenhire.
Bauer knocks it down, goes to the bag. And the first pitch out here in the third.
And the analyst for the Kansas City Royals, Rex Hudler, was also challenged, bucket challenged, and we're going to do it together tomorrow to hopefully get that behind us. And I believe we can challenge people. And
I mean, I think you should do that. I think you should.
I think we're going to include you and Ryan.
I think you should challenge people that.
There's Rex Hudler. We're going to come out here about 2 o'clock tomorrow and get some cold water put over us. For
be a good day to do that. It's going to be pretty stuffy tomorrow. That's
what we figured. Yeah.
Strike one.
And it's a 6:05 game, 6:10 game, and we ought to be dry by then.
You're going to mess up your hair.
Not much to mess up.
One strike to Dyson. Aoki will follow. There's a ball hit to right field. And Arcia chasing it. And he can't get there. That ball lands on the warning track. And Dyson flies for third base. The ball kept sailing to the gap when it left home plate. I thought Arcia would have not even a tough play to make that catch, but it kept sailing toward the warning track.
Kind of saw the power of Dyson right there. Ball looked like it got in on him. Suzuki wants it middle in, but Dyson just dropping the barrel of the bat, hitting it off the wall in right field. And this guy has tremendous speed. An area that I think what we have seen Arcia need to improve on are the routes that he has taken out in right field after some fly balls. But that's for Dyson, his fourth triple of the year.
Twins bring the infield in, and they got to bring it all the way in because of Dyson's speed. Aoki, the batter. They got 4 pairs of spikes on the infield grass. Mauer, Dozier, Escobar, and Plouffe all in on the grass, respecting Dyson's speed.
I watch a possible bunt here too. Aoki, pretty good handler of the bat.
Outside, 2-0. Velasco survived the second inning. He walked a guy, gave up a base hit, and fell behind batters throughout the second inning. Now he falls behind Aoki, 2-0.
Aoki spent some time on a disabled list. Left groin strain activated on July 11th. In his first season with the Royals.
3-0.
A couple very good years with the Brewers. Last couple years in 2012 and 13.
Brewers leading the National League Central by 2 games. Most used to be the manager there. 3-0 to Aoki. And 3-1.
Off-speed pitch. Maybe took something off that fastball at 90.
Strike 2.
Aoki from Japan, signed by the Brewers in 2012 as a free agent.
Now, time called. Plouffe's going to come to the mound. Something to say to Nolasco. Nolasco got a strikeout of Willingham when the Royals were threatening in the second. Full count. Check swing. Did he go? Strike 3.
Yep.
And Aoki can't believe it. Third base umpire Chris Siegel said he went.
Second
2 away.
Yeah, second big strikeout for Nolasco. He struck out Willingham in the second inning with a couple runners on, nobody out. And with a runner, a speedy runner at third base, a breaking ball in. Aoki looked like he tried to hold up at the barrel of the bat.
Yeah. I didn't think he went
too far.
Yeah, I didn't think he went at real speed, but on replay, I think he did. 2 down, and now Infante. Strike 1. We mentioned the Royals' regular roster, the regular players. Very little postseason experience, and none except for Infante. 110 postseason at bats, mainly with the Tigers, 1 year with the Braves. One and one. Infante got a day off yesterday. And he's been a very steady player for the Royals in the field.
And they say he's brought his leadership, his experience, and helped out Escobar a lot, their shortstop.
One of the veteran bench players, Raul Ibanez. Plenty of postseason experience for him. That's to center. Santana has it measured. Inning over. Second inning in a row. Well, the Royals had a threat but couldn't convert. No score after 2.5. for a chance to have it shown in a game broadcast brought to you by AT&T. You can do that at home. You can do it here at the ballpark. Everybody has a device that can record pictures, moving pictures, and you hope to document tomorrow you and Rex Hudler getting doused with ice cold water.
Yeah, I guess we have to do it within 3 days, or we have to pay $100, or we can put $100. I'm going to put $100 in for ALS, even though I'm going to get soaked.
No, I sensed a threat that you were going to challenge me, but I think adhering to the letter of the law, you can't issue a challenge unless or until you actually do it yourself.
Exactly right. I guess Jamie did it, and then when I guess she did herself.
Right.
Now Rex is going to pour over me, and then I'll pour the ice water over Rex.
1-1 to Escobar. Two and one. Twins got a 2-out double from Suzuki. Couldn't get a run-producing hit, and the Royals have threatened in each of the last 2 innings, but don't have a run on the board yet. This afternoon, Danny Santana took a lot of ground balls at short. It was something Ron Gardenhire thought he might do during the road trip. It didn't happen. Some good reasons for that. But Santana got a good workout at short, and we've been promised that at some point in this homestand, might be in this series, that Santana will be moved in from the outfield to play some short. And every time the topic has been brought up with the manager, he says, not taking anything away from Escobar, he's been great, but this is Santana's natural position.
Yeah, the Twins feel that Santana is going to be the future shortstop, and I think with the lack of production out in center field, Escobar's production at short, that's why Santana's playing center field right now.
Dribbler up the line, foul.
Escobar done a great job from both sides of the plate. Came into this at bat hitting .275, .278 as a right-handed hitter, .274 as a left-handed hitter.
And the guy who would play out in center, Jordan Schaefer, center field is his natural position too. He hasn't played as much on the corner outfield spots as he has in center, and yet that's all he's played for the Twins, left and some right. Escobar battling. It's 2-2. Foul back. And you almost have gotten to the point where if Escobar is going to get a hit, you expect it to be a double.
Yeah, I mean, he's leading the club with 32 doubles, one behind or one ahead of Trevor Plouffe.
90 hits, and more than a third of them are doubles. Good battle here with Duffy leading off the third. On the ground, a base hit. That is one marvelous at bat.
Yeah, it's a good at bat, but it's only a single. Come on. Second hit for the Twins, and it's a leadoff single.
Coming up tomorrow, MLB on Fox Sports 1 returns with a doubleheader. The Yankees playing the Rays, and the Cardinals and the Padres. Coverage beginning at 2:30 Central on Fox Sports 1, streaming live on Fox Sports Go. And then we'll have Game 2 with the Twins and the Royals. Pregame beginning at 5:30 on Fox Sports North. Here is Jordan Schaefer. Stockus playing in on the edge of the grass.
Yeah, Schaefer claimed off waivers from the Braves back on August 3rd.
Up and away, ball one. Schaefer's had a number of bunt situations, and he hasn't executed them. Maybe in a different situation, this would be a bunt situation, but the Twins have only had 16 sacrifice bunts, and guessing none in the first 3 innings.
Well, this guy is so quick that he could lay down a bunt and beat it out.
Foul back.
Schaefer, 27 years old. With the Braves in 2009, then back in the minor leagues for 2010, and then up in 2011 to this year. A career .222 hitter for the Braves in 5 different seasons. Not a lot of at-bats, more of a utility type player.
1-1. Had 80 at-bats with the Braves before the Twins picked him up. Base hit to left. Good for Jordan Schaefer. When he came over, he said, you know, I never really got regular playing time with Atlanta, as the 80 at-bats would strongly suggest. And he's been in the lineup just about every day that he's been a member of the Twins.
That's a good at-bat. He took advantage of a breaking ball that stayed up off of Duffy, and Moustakas playing in because of the possible bunt kind of cuts down his range, and Schaefer able to slap it by him.
Utility players have used that excuse for about 150 years, but then it's incumbent upon the player, once they get regular playing time, to back it up, and Schaefer has done that. As a Twin came into the game hitting 260, 261. And he singles in his first at bat here, and now the Royals are really expecting a bunt from Danny Santana.
Yeah, Butler really in at first base looking for the bunt. Moustakas in on the grass at third.
Butler starting the play about 60 feet from home plate.
Well, what Santana would like to do if he's going to lay one down is lay it down toward third base. Moustakas, make him come in and field it, and that way Escobar could kind of walk into third. Good speed on the bases for the Twins.
There's a bunt in the air, back to the screen.
Kind of jabbed at that one right there.
Santana, one sacrifice bunt.
Pitcher's responsibility here. Now Duffy, a left-handed pitcher, so he's going to fall off to third anyway, is to get over there and guard the line. You can see his momentum going toward that third base line. If it's bunted sharply, Moustakas would go back and maybe have a force out at third base.
Strike. Beautiful drop. They're going to have to hurry to get him. Thrown away. Escobar will come in and score. Santana to third. That ball's thrown away. Backed up by Gordon. You put so much pressure on the defense when you do something fundamentally right. And Santana laid down a perfect bunt.
That ball had a lot of spin on it, and Duffy came in and just overshot the first baseman, that being Infante, who was the second baseman covering the bag. But look at the spin on that ball. Duffy comes in, has to field it, and of course the speed of Santana can beat this out. Overthrows Infante down that left field line. Great job by Alex Gordon, the left fielder, backing up the play as the right fielder, Aoki, overshoots Escobar, and there's a left fielder, Gordon. That definitely saved the run. That's how you win a Gold Glove.
Here's Dozier taking a strike. Yeah, it's one thing to back up an overthrow, but when you back up the second overthrow on a play.
Well, they always say when a ball's in play, you have to go somewhere, an outfielder, and Gordon did the right thing. It's a sacrifice for Santana, an error on Duffy, no RBI.
On the ground is short, and Schaefer will scamper home. Dozier will get an RBI. It's 2-0 Twins.
Well, I'm telling you, I think this is a single right here rather than a sacrifice, because I don't know if a good throw would have been able to get Santana. Look at him lay down this ball. You see the spin of that ball almost oppositely. When it hits the grass, it kind of comes back and stops. What a great bunt. Duffy coming over to barehanded, but I think Santana would have beat that out anyway.
Well, I'm pretty sure that when Duffy picked it up and turned and fired, he realized, holy cow, that guy's almost there already, and then he uncorked a wild throw. Santana at second, one out. Here's Mauer, hit a fly ball to left his first time up.
Yeah, Dozier picking up an RBI, his 52nd of the year. Twins take a 2-0 lead.
Over the inside corner. Mauer again with a 15-game hitting streak, hitting 373 during the streak.
Now, longest hitting streak for Joe Mauer in his career, a great career with the Twins, a 16-game hitting streak coming back in August of 2008. He's had 3 15-game hitting streaks in his career.
1-1. Swing and a miss. Into the outfield, should almost certainly score Santana. His speed creating 2 overthrows on 1 play.
That's the igniter that Gardy was talking about, Santana, what he brings in that leadoff spot.
Bauer to left again. Hit right at Gordon for out number 2. And that'll bring up Kenny Vargas. What's worse when you're out there on the mound? You make a bad pitch and the guy clobbers it, you pay the price. Or you make an error out there. Maybe you made a good pitch and you feel like you're locked in and you're executing your pitches, but you make a fielding or a throwing error. What's worse?
Probably the throwing error. You know, I mean, you're going to make mistakes, and you'd like every pitch to be perfect, but you got to credit sometimes the hitter. I thought Schaefer, took advantage of Duffy's high breaking ball, slapped it the other way, and Duffy himself, made the error. So you try to pick up your teammates when they make an error behind you. Now he's trying to pick up himself and keep it a 2-0 ball game.
1-0 to Vargas. He's swinging a foul, 1-1. Talked to Vargas today, asked him what he did on his off day. Mall of America. Second time he's been there. He went there for the Futures game.
Had a chance to manage him in the Futures game. Got to throw batting practice to him. I saw the power firsthand.
Oh, man. 2-1.
He's just one of these guys that when he drops a barrel of the bat on the ball just jumps off his bat.
That one hit into the second deck at Minute Maid Park. 2-1. Duffy to Vargas. 3-1. Blue Von Deck.
Yeah, 2 home runs for Vargas, both of them against right-handed pitchers. One against the Padres here, and then that one last Tuesday in Houston.
Popped up. Short right. And Fonte just barely in the outfield grass ends it. Danny Santana's speed may have been the principal culprit as the Twins get a couple of runs in the 3rd. Chrysler road ahead. A lot of games with the Kansas City Royals. 7 of the next 13 games will be against the Royals, and then the Twins will be done with Kansas City. 3 games with Cleveland. And remember, that Saturday game is a day-night doubleheader against the Tigers because of a rainout earlier this year. Well, there's some familiar faces. Friends of my son and my son out here in right field enjoying the ball game tonight. 1-0 to Perez. Hit a fly ball to Santana his first time up. Past Plouffe. Down the line. That ball takes kind of it's a corner of the wall out there. And it's a leadoff double for Perez.
Man, Perez's first at bat, I was mentioning how he has enjoyed hitting it here at Target Field. He is now 35 for 98 here at Target Field. Only his second hit in 11 at bats against Velasco, but that ball hugging that third baseline. Trevor Plouffe just gets by him. He was playing him off the line, and for Perez, a leadoff double, his 20th double of the year.
And now Butler, who drew a leadoff walk in the second. When you've been as successful as the Royals have been, and again they've won 18 of their last 22 games, you just never feel like you're going to lose. And Mauer can't get it. Butler has a base hit. Perez to third. And the first 2 batters after the Twins score their first 2 runs each get base hits.
You know, you try to get that runner over to third, and that's what a team that's winning does a great job of, and Butler gets rewarded. Look at the swing right here. His job was to get Perez over to third, and he shoots that ball past the diving Mauer in the right field. So runners at the corners, nobody out.
Royals had runners at first and second, nobody out in the second, didn't score. Got a 1-out triple from Dyson in the third, didn't score. And right away here in the fourth, another threat. Gordon singled his first time up.
Yeah, he got a hanging breaking ball from Velasco and just shot it over the head of Escobar at shortstop into left field.
Up and in, ball 1.
What the Twins want to see from Velasco, of course, he worked out of a couple small jams in his second and third inning, but is just throw strikes, attack it, hopefully get a ground ball right here. Gordon leading the club with the 53 RBIs for the Royals.
Checked his swing. Strike 1.
Velasco, 31 years old, of course, signing a 4-year contract with the Twins over the winter. Just activated off the disabled list. Pitch count somewhere between 80 and 85, said Rick Anderson and Ron Gardenhire. That's what they'd like to get out of Velasco.
Velasco in the National League was a strikeout guy. 1,076 strikeouts, 1,312 innings, 6-7 per 9 innings.
Even though, you know, his walk to innings pitch ratio isn't that bad coming into the ballgame, 28 walks, 104 innings, he's falling behind and then having to come in with a hittable pitch.
And he hits Gordon on a 1-2 pitch, and they're loaded up.
Well, the first hit batsman of the year for Velasco, and it's that breaking ball that hit the shoe of Gordon.
And Willingham comes up with the bases loaded.
With the front foot of Gordon.
Willingham went down swinging with runners at first and second, nobody out, a big strikeout, and then Moustakas lined into a double play. Here they're loaded with nobody out. Twins have Dozier lined up almost directly behind second base. Down the line, they made a mistake in the inner half of the plate. The Royals will at least tie it up. Gordon to third, and it's taken a long time to get the ball out of the corner. So it'll be a 3-run double for Josh Willingham.
Yeah, Schaefer, we can't quite see what's going on in that corner from our angle, but it looked like he kind of fought that ball, and Willingham driving in 3. And here come the Royals. This is what the Royals have been able to do since July 22nd. Not give up early. And that breaking ball just kind of hung right there. Josh hitting it right into the corner. Schaefer getting over there, kind of ricochets around in the corner. By the time he could get it back in, Gordon scores all the way from first base. So a 3-run double for Willingham.
Still nobody out, and Moustakas, the batter, swing and a foul back. .47 pitches, 28 strikes. There's a ball outside, 1-1.
Let's take a look at that ball kind of caromed in that corner. Schaefer and his speed getting over there, but the ball kind of hitting that pad, and then see how it just died right there. So Schaefer had to retrieve it. By the time he did, Gordon scored the 3rd run.
Over the inside corner, 1-2. 9 of 16 first pitch strikes.
And Velasco making his 19th start. Only 6 times in 18 starts so far this year he's had what's called a quality start, and 2 of them coming against Kansas City. And that's 6 innings, 3 earned runs or less.
Ground ball hit it towards Dozier's got to hurry. And beating it out is Moustakas, playing in short right field. A little 4-5 hopper. Still nobody out. Runners at first and third.
And Moustakas' job was to get Willingham over to third, as Butler's job was to get Perez over to third. And a breaking ball, Moustakas turned on it, and with Dozier playing a deep second base, it becomes a foot race, and Moustakas not the quickest down the line, but Ryan did everything he could to get it over to Mauer, but Moustakas beat it out.
In the inning, 4 hits and a hit batter. Still nobody out. Escobar. The ground ball to Mauer to start the 3rd inning. Came into the game 6 for 11 against Nolasco. Outside, ball 1. Swing and a miss. Late in the ball game yesterday, the A's had a lead on the Royals, and the Royals put together a 5-run 7th inning.
And Nolasco making his 231st major league start. He has 94 wins, 82 losses.
To center, Santana won't be able to get it, and it gets by him all the way to the wall. It'll score 2 more. Escobar rounding second triple of the inning. Still nobody out.
Yeah, Dyson had a triple last inning, ended up staying at third base. It was a 1-out triple. Here, a 2-run triple by Escobar, his 4th triple.
Here comes Rick Anderson to the mound.
5-2 lead. Again, you see the location of that pitch. A ball slicing away from Santana. And by the time he got by him, Escobar and his speed, he scores or gets to third base.
At least the extra base hits this inning. Perez's double, Willingham's double, Escobar's triple. They're right down the middle of the plate. Trip to the mound. It's already a 5-run inning. And Gerard Dyson will hit. Big hit provided by Willingham. He's had a 2-0 lead. He put him in front at 3-2.
Well, it's a new team for Josh, and that's the best way to get to know your teammates when you knock in some big runs. Everybody giving them high fives. Then Escobar driving in a couple runs.
Field in again for Dyson. Off the outside corner. Mauer looks at the runner, tags the batter. One down. Now Nori Aoki. Aoki with a bouncer to second and a strikeout, leaving Dyson at third in the third inning.
I struck out on that 3-2 slider down and in. Third base umpire Chris Siegel said he went.
Hopped up down the line. Two infielders and an outfielder after it. And I think Dozier lost it at the last second. I don't know if he would have been able to make the catch, and if he had, Escobar was going to tag and score.
Yeah, that's one of those, sometimes in a ball game you just kind of let it fall. I mean, maybe Brian lost it right there, but even if that ball had been caught, Escobar would have scored the 6th run of the inning.
One strike to Aoki. One and one.
This is first season for me to watch Nolasco pitch, and a guy that kind of stands straight up at times, kind of opens up, and you could almost see why that elbow bothers him, because of his delivery. Just doesn't bend his back sometimes.
Pop up short left field
pitch right there.
Schaefer's got a really good arm, and so he makes the catch, and just bluffing a tag is the runner. 2 down. That'll bring up Infante. Zubas are back. I didn't think they ever left. Show your love for the infamous 90s loungewear and get your limited edition Minnesota Twins Zubas on Friday, September 19th, when the Twins take on the Indians at Zubas Palooza night at Target Field. A ticket and a pair of Zubas cost as little as $26. Visit twinsbaseball.com. Zubas for information and tickets.
Zubas were very popular in '87 with that '87 ball club. I think everybody had a pair of Zubas. Very relaxing. Jim Wiesner took care of that, our clubhouse guy at the time.
You still have yours?
No.
One strike, slow breaking ball.
I got the bright red one.
Yeah. On the ground to short, and it's Escobar firing across. First 6 batters reach, 5 score. The Royals are in front. Stay tuned for this important message from Mesh Besher and Spence.
I know you still have one.
is presented by the all-new Chrysler 200 with available all-wheel drive, America's import. Royals battered around in the fourth. They've got a 5-2 lead. Trevor Plouffe will hit against Danny Duffy to start the Twins' fourth inning.
Yeah, Duffy with 46 pitches, 32 for strikes, 1 strikeout. Not walked anybody.
Plouffe, Suzuki, and Arcia here in the fourth. And strike one.
Duffy making his 50th major league start here this evening. He has 15 major league wins, 20 losses.
To left center, hit deep. Gordon and Dyson. And that ball hits the base of the wall. And Plouffe starts the Twins' fourth inning with an extra base hit.
Another double for Trevor Plouffe, his 32nd of the year, and the Twins trying to come back and answer. The Royals had put 5 up in the top of the inning. Ball left right there, middle in. Good swing by Trevor Plouffe. Barrel of the bat. Right toward the bullpen area, deepest part here at Target Field. Dyson has to get it back in. Let's see if the Twins can try to do the same thing that the Royals did a good job with. Butler and also Moustakas advancing the runner into scoring position at third.
In each case, they simply tried to do that and got a base hit.
Right. See if Suzuki tries to do that. Or just do what he did last at bat, hit a double down the left field line.
Inside ball one. And a strike.
You know, as a pitcher too, when you give up a leadoff double, a lot of times you know as a pitcher, okay, this guy, which Suzuki's got pretty good bat control. If I throw that ball outer half of the plate, he's just going to hit it to second and do his job. So try to off-speed pitch, try to make him pull the ball, maybe fastballs if you go middle in.
Into the right field corner, a base hit. Aoki gets there quickly. Plouffe will be held. And the Twins start the bottom of the fourth. Same way the Royals started the top of the fourth.
And you saw Perez sitting inside, and Duffy left it out over the plate. Exactly what I was talking about. Suzuki going to give himself up and gets rewarded with a base hit. Perez wants that fastball in, left out over the plate. Suzuki wants to advance Plouffe. He does with a base hit to right field, his second hit. Good fundamental baseball right there by both clubs so far.
And now Arcia, first and third, nobody out. He needs to put the ball in play, get it to the outfield, not necessarily right field. Outside, ball one.
Every pitch to Arcia has been away, and he's still trying to pull that ball, and that left shoulder flies open. And what Tom Berdansky's working on, keep that left shoulder in, drive it toward center field and left center.
And pick off to third. Plouffe just barely got back. Moustakas looking in the dugout, saying you might want to review that.
Well, you mentioned in the second inning when Suzuki at second base, Dick, Perez likes to throw that baseball.
Yost is going to come out. Well, someone is looking at the video now.
And they're going to review it. Chris Siegel coming in. Theoden Colbert, the crew chief, at second base, comes in.
Looks like he's out.
Yep. Good angle right there. The quick tag.
If he was tagged. If he was tagged.
Let's see. Did he get the left arm?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. As Moustakas put the glove down, I don't know that he got anything other than dirt.
I don't know if the umpire can see that angle right there, whether he touched him or not, where Siegel was set up.
that's the thing. Moustakas put the glove down, but did he tag the arm?
See if he did make contact. It's hard to tell right there. And you see Siegel, he's over by Scotty Alger, so he sees that angle. He can't, I don't know if he could see if he actually made contact with the arm of Plouffe.
Right now, all that matters whether the guys in New York think that he touched his arm. It's an awfully big play. The Twins threatening to answer in some regard here, and there's either going to be first and third with nobody out or a runner at first with one out. Heads up play by the Royals. Perez and Moustakas, and a crippling mistake by Plouffe if he's called out. Unless they come up with an angle, and we haven't shown one yet, that proves that the tag was made. That's about the only hope I think Plouffe has here.
Right. There's the old Tim Laudner to Gary Gaetti getting Darrell Evans out of third base in the playoffs in '87.
We saw Perez bluff a throw to second when Suzuki was at second. But it's a play that's called, and the third baseman leaves his position to be in position to receive a throw.
Well, it's a timing play, and you see Moustakas how quick he got to the bag, put the tag down, and just can't see if he actually touches the arm, the right arm of Trevor Plouffe.
I think I could read Chris Siegel's lips right. He said you didn't touch him. That was something I hadn't caught before. Siegel, as he was making the out call, shook his head side to side and said you didn't touch him.
Just take one more look.
There's the dirt, and then a pull to the left.
Maybe he did not make contact.
Safe. And no one more relieved than Trevor Plouffe, but now the Royals have used their challenge in the fourth inning here. And the call stands. And Arcia will get back in the box with a 1-1 count.
As we were saying with Arcia up there, he swung through a pitch and allowed Perez to throw to Moustakas.
1-2.
And they're just basically pitching everything away to Arcia.
Stay on the right here. Come on. Not a bad, put him in play.
Slightly open stance to begin with. You can see where the pitches are. None of them close to the strike zone. Bouncer right side. He's going to have to hurry to stay out of two. And they'll call him out, and the Twins may use their challenge. A run will score. With Plouffe coming in from third, it's 5-3. So now here comes Ron Gardenhire.
As Gardy's walking backwards, he'll see if this, what the Twins replay shows. Looks like he was out.
Looks like he was out. And if the Twins decide to challenge it and lose, we're going to have some old-fashioned baseball here. Thumbs down, Terry Steinbach says. That's Terry's job now that Joe Vavra has left the base coaching to Scott Alger at third base and Paul Molitor at first base.
Still strange seeing Ron Gardenhire go out and actually have a conversation with an umpire, that being Jim Reynolds at first base, without maybe getting a little red-faced.
Well, it's a 5-3 game. The Twins have reserved their challenge for later use, and here's Escobar with the bases empty. Ball one.
Yeah, no RBI for Arcia as he hits into the double play. but Plouffe making it a 5-3 game.
Two and 0.
For Duffy, that double play, only the 5th double play turn behind him. This is his 19th start.
And Escobar chases a high fastball.
And that's one reason there have not been a lot of double plays turned behind him. You can see that fastball has some giddy up on it. Not too many sinking fastballs, more of a 4-seam running fastball.
Two and 1.
Attaboy.
3 and 1. Schaefer on deck. I wish former Twins manager Tom Kelly a happy birthday today.
Yeah, TK, happy birthday. $234 more days until mine, if you're wondering, Dick.
Into the twilight, I wasn't, but thanks.
Okay.
Fly ball to center. Dyson has it. Twins start the inning with a double and a single. They get one back. It's 5-3.
Happy birthday, TK.
Inside the Minnesota Lottery Winners Circle with Eric and Tina. Tina is celebrating 40 years young today. How are you enjoying your birthday so far?
I'm loving every minute of it.
And you've got great seats here. You said you come to a lot of Twins games, but these are your best seats yet, right?
Yeah, I needed to be close to first base, Steve Mauer.
Well, you're about 100 feet behind Joe Mauer. I'd say that's pretty good for your birthday. We're going to make it even better with $100 worth of scratch-off tickets from the Minnesota Lottery.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday, guys.
Happy birthday to you.
First pitch to Perez, bounced foul. It was Perez starting the 4th inning with a double, and by inning's end, the Royals had put 5 runs up on the board.
This is an important inning for Nolasco. You know, he really struggled in the 4th inning. He's at 61 pitches right now. Twins would like to get maybe 80 to 85 pitches. You know, you have a bad inning, you want to rebound, keep the game right where it's at.
1-1. Perez, Butler, and Gordon here in the Kansas City 5th. Should mention that Nolasco was activated just today. The plan all along is that he was going to start tonight. But to make room for him as he leaves a dangerous pitch up.
Yeah.
To make room for him, the Twins option Johan Pino, with the likelihood that Pino will be called back up to pitch one of the games of the doubleheader a week from tomorrow against the Tigers. Teams, when they have those double headers now, can call up an extra player, and it looks like Pino might be the guy. Through the legs of Suzuki, it's 2-2. Twins still with 13 pitchers, 12 position players.
Yeah, a lot of people thought because of Anthony Swarzak twisting that ankle that he might be the one that goes on a disabled list, but it's Pino that was optioned to AAA.
Swarzak today did some activity. In fact, he actually stepped on the mound and threw lightly. It is his plant foot, or his push-off leg, I should say, that was sprained. 2-2 and a strikeout of Perez, 1 away.
And strikeout number 3 for Nolasco. Big slow curveball, and Perez trying to hit it into the next county. Swings through it.
Had the debate on the road, not on the air. I think we were in the media dining room in Houston, and the question was, who would be the American League MVP right now? Bouncer to third. Plouffe has a play. It's a fair ball. Fires across, 2 down. The guy who just struck out might be as good a candidate as anybody. You've got Adam Jones in Baltimore. I can't think of anybody on a contending team that's more important to the team than Salvador Perez.
Yeah, I mean, Perez as a catcher, you know what he's been able to do with a very good pitching staff. They have some veterans in that staff, but he's done a great job. You have to think of Robinson Cano, too, if Seattle gets into that race, what he's been able to do in Seattle.
Mike Trout was another name that you simply couldn't ignore. 2 down here in the 5th, and now Gordon.
I'd like to go back to that play of Plouffe. You know what? He did a good job. He knew who was running right there. He had a chance to just set and make a good throw. Little speedier runner, you got to, maybe hurry your throw. But with Butler running, he did a good job.
Swing and a miss, 1-1. So Nolasco back off and throw a lot more off-speed stuff after that rough 4th inning.
He's got a changeup, kind of like a splitter, and I think that's what that last pitch was right there.
So breaking ball around the plate, 2-1.
Twins need a healthy Ricky Nolasco the rest of the year, and then hopefully for the next 3 years that he's under contract. Phil Hughes has done a great job coming over as a free agent.
Gibson's been everything the Twins could have hoped for this year. 3-1 to Gordon.
The thing with Kyle, you can just see that he's going to get better and better every time he goes out there.
Mauer catches a line drive. Some of the outs have been hit very hard against Nolasco. Nevertheless, he has a 1-2-3 5th inning. You're watching the Twins and Royals, brought to you by the all-new Chrysler 200. to kickstart fans of the game. Well, there's my son way over there on the left, and a couple of his buddies, 3 of his buddies, out here watching Twins baseball.
You know what you did as a kid at the old net? I did it at Anaheim Stadium. I'll tell you what, these beautiful nights here, no better place to go to watch a ball game.
Jordan Schaefer will lead off the 5th for the Twins, and Danny Santana and Brian Dozier facing Danny Duffy. Schaefer's hit helped the Twins score a couple runs in the 3rd inning, but beyond that, gave him a hit against a left-handed pitcher. He had been just 1 for 20 against lefties. Now he's 2 for 21. To center, that ball's got a little carry to it. Going back is Dyson. And he makes the catch.
Good swing right there. Second time that Duffy has left a breaking ball up, and the first time Schaefer hit it to left. That one he hit pretty good, but Dyson ran it down.
Well, you should be well rested for these Carsoup.com trivia questions. Who has the most hits by a Minnesota Twins switch hitter in his rookie season?
Mr. Weiniger, maybe?
That would be my guess. It's just a guess. Here's Santana.
Yeah, we'll know more when we look it up in the book.
Santana hit a comebacker to the mound, and then he made Duffy try to make a play on his bunt. And when Duffy spun around, he saw Santana was about 10 feet from the first base bag, and he fired wildly up the line. And then Aoki fired it back over the second base bag, with Santana trying to advance on the first overthrow.
Again, I'm going to go in Santana's defense. I think that was a base hit right there. Well, Duffy had to come in a long way to field that ball, and with the speed of Santana, I thought it should have been credited a base hit and then the error by Duffy allowing a run to score.
Duffy hasn't walked anybody, but he's fallen behind Santana 3-0, and he's not the easiest guy in the world to walk. Santana with a dozen walks.
Should be taking a pitch right here. Perez sitting right down the middle of the plate.
3-1.
91-mile-an-hour fastball.
Bounce to third. Moustakas has it. 2 down.
Well, kind of got in on Santana. He kind of jammed himself.
That'll bring up Brian Dozier. No one on the team was more impacted by Willingham's trade than Dozier. When the announcement was made, Dozier said, well, basically, he's been my best friend. Great mentor for Brian. They worked out together in the offseason the last couple winters. And while you hate to see great teammate go like Willingham, part of you has to be happy for them because they're playing meaningful games in August and almost certainly will be in September.
Yeah, it's the hardest thing sometimes in baseball with trades and, you know, with players. You have that bonding that you create starting in spring training. You know, last couple years, of course, Dozier and Willingham have been together, teammates.
Well, just think of how Dozier has evolved as a major leaguer, from a middle infielder, shortstop, second baseman, and the Twins weren't sure, put him at second base and let him drive the ball, pull it. Well, that's exactly the type of hitter Josh Willingham has been all these years. So to have that example on your team must have been of great value to Brian, because he's now one of the top home run hitters among infielders in the game.
Yeah, looks for that, you know, that pitch middle in that he can drive. 19 home runs for Dozier. Excuse me, 20 home runs.
Moustakas cuts it off. Nice play to his left. And an on-target throw to Butler. And Duffy responds with a 1-2-3 fifth inning. All-new Chrysler 200 with available all-wheel drive, America's import. Happy to have Bert Blyleven back on the Twins TV crew.
Happy to be back.
Thanks to Jack Morris and Roy Smalley for filling in.
Yeah, both starters here, both of them with 71 pitches, but Duffy with the 2-run lead.
Outside, ball 1 to Josh Willingham. Velasco hung a curve to Willingham in the worst possible spot, both in terms of location of the pitch and placement in the game. Bases loaded, nobody out. And the bases weren't loaded after that. Willingham with a 3-run double. Couldn't wear number 7 with the Twins for some reason. Now he misses outside, 3-0.
One walk for Nolasco, 3 strikeouts. Giving up 7 hits, all 5 runs. 5 of the 7 hits coming in that 5-run 4th inning.
One of the reasons the Twins figured there was something wrong with Nolasco was his lack of velocity, which had come down to about 88 miles per hour. Now we've seen 92, but what we haven't seen is the command of the fastball. Drive to center, and Santana comes in. One without the other really doesn't do you much good, does it?
That was a good job right there by Nolasco, coming back, fell behind 3-0. Willingham took a pitch, and then a good fastball out over the plate. I mean, away. And all Josh could do is hit that fly ball to center field. That's a good fastball there, down and away.
One down on the 6th, and now Moustakas.
It's hard too, you know, when you're recovering from an elbow injury and then you're going to rest for a month and all of a sudden have a couple rehabs and expect that fastball to be sharp, you know, as far as location.
Nolasco has used all his pitches. A breaking ball there gets a wild swing and a miss from Moustakas.
This is a building process for the next start for Nolasco, as long as everything is fine after this outing.
That his next outing would be against the Cleveland Indians. One and one. Busted bat. Escobar playing behind the bag. Plenty of time to get Moustakas. Awful, sickening sound.
I missed that sound.
No matter the occasion. Target Field is the Twins territory headquarters to entertain groups of 25 or more. Might be a family celebration, a church outing, an event to raise funds for your organization. Simply reserve your best guest number of seats. Pay only for those you need when the time comes. Find out more by visiting twinsbaseball.com or by calling 800-33-TWINS.
Well, since the 2-run triple by Escobar, who is up at the plate now here with 2 outs, Nolasco has retired 8 straight.
Ball 1. Pitch count still good. 80 pitches. Bounce to the right side. 9 straight set down by Nolasco, but the Twins are still down 5-3. Joe Mauer trying to do something about that when we come back. Presented by Toyota. The annual clearance event is going on now. Toyota, let's go places. By Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. And by McDonald's, where right now you can score a delicious, creamy McCafe iced coffee starting at just $1.59. Twins down a couple of runs. Rick Anderson might be saying that's enough for the first time back.
Yeah, 81 pitches, 48 for strike, just one bad inning. Of course, that can lose your ball game, but a 5-run fourth inning. But he retired the last 9 in a row, and that's a positive.
Mauer takes a low ball 1. It'll be the 3, 4, and 5 batters. Mauer, Vargas, and Plouffe facing Duffy. The Twins have probably had one of their better nights against Duffy with 5 hits. So far, 3 runs. Mauer's hit a couple of lazy flies to Alex Gordon in left.
Joe again on that 15-game hitting streak.
Two and 0.
And as we mentioned, Duffy has been very tough on left-handed hitters.
2-1. Twins with 4 games here in Minnesota, then they'll play out the balance of the homestand. Open up the next road trip in Kansas City. So far 6-6 against the Royals. Not great, but a far better record than the 4-15 record they had a year ago against the Royals. 3-1. Base runner gets the tying run to the plate.
You know, and the Twins have done pretty well in the Central Division too. They're 23-21. The Royals are at 500, 25-25. There's nobody really controlling the Central Division, even Detroit.
3-1 to Mauer.
They're 24-21.
3-2. Twins have played .500 baseball against the 3 teams they're facing in this homestand, and they have a 2-game advantage over the White Sox. Full count to Mauer.
And a lot of the remaining games are in the division.
Hit to left again. Butler, Gordon rather, going back on the edge of the track, makes a catch. 3 in a row. Hit to the wrong guy in the outfield.
Yeah, that one Gordon had to go back a little bit. The 2 prior fly balls were almost right where he was standing.
1 down. That'll bring up Vargas.
A 3-time Gold Glove winner right there, Alex Gordon.
Vargas 0 for 2. 19 at bats from this side of the plate. 5 hits, including a double. Fox Tracks presented by Jeep. A natural right-handed batter. He says not prideful or shameful. He thinks he's just as good from one side as the other. It's to left and down for a hit. Vargas with a base hit. Even got to the outfield in a hurry, even though he hit it off the end of the bat.
That ball looked like it had some top spin right there, and Vargas gets the 6th hit for the Twins. His first. And Vargas, who hit 17 home runs in New Britain in 97 games. We're going to see some power out of this young man right here, only 24 years old, from Puerto Rico.
And Yo's coming to the mound here with Duffy.
Their bullpen is so good. Sometimes it's a 5-6 inning outing by a starter, and then a very good bullpen takes over.
78 pitches thrown by Duffy, and Aaron Crow will pick him up in the 6th inning. #NorthFan photo. Chance to be shown in an upcoming game broadcast brought to you by AT&T. Brian Dozier and a fan. We're hoping the Twins can come back and win this ball game. He drove in a run with a ground ball.
Yeah, Brian Dozier, one of those players that loves to sign autographs, very friendly with the fans. And I think what we'll see in this 4-game series is a lot of great arms coming out of both bullpens. For the Royals, outstanding bullpen combined 3.25 ERA to the 3.28 ERA for the Twins. First one out of the bullpen, Aaron Crow, making his 55th relief appearance. Only 39 hits allowed in 48 innings pitched, 19 walks, 28 strikeouts.
First pitch to Plouffe. Off the outside corner, ball 1.
Yeah, Crow with a good sinking fastball, tight slider, and a changeup. You know, maybe Ned Yost made the move at Danny Duffy because the last 8 batters he faced, he fell behind on all 8 batters.
And it could be Plouffe is 1 for 10 with 6 strikeouts against Aaron Crow, too. That might play into it, but I'm just looking down the batting order here. Oswaldo Arcia had trouble against a lot of lefties, and that's just a bad combo for the Twins. Duffy against Arcia. And Arcia may come up to bat here in the 6th inning. 2-0 to Plouffe, and now 3-0 with Suzuki on deck. And then Arcia would hit behind Suzuki.
And Perez out to talk to Crow. A right-handed pitcher at 6'3" comes straight over the top.
There's Arcia hoping for a chance here against a right-hander.
Ned Yost in his 5th season as manager of the Royals.
Deep to left field. This ball's back. Gordon on the track makes the catch. Plouffe just missed a home run in his last at bat, and he just missed one here in the 6th.
Oh, he sure did. Maybe he just jammed himself a little bit. Boy, the hardest thing to do is hit a round ball with a round bat. And it looked like Trevor Plouffe put a great swing on it, but the ball just did not carry for him. So it's a deep fly ball out for the 2nd inning. Maybe off the end of the bat a little bit. Good swing, though.
2 down. And now Suzuki. Suzuki with a couple of hits. A double pull to left. A single shot to right. Strike over the inside corner. Trying to overcome a 5-run 4th inning for the Royals against Ricky Nolasco. Check to swing 1-1. Seattle has beaten Detroit 7-2. Porcello giving up some early runs for the Tigers. That's down the line. Suzuki's got his 3rd hit. Vargas will hold up at 2nd. And Arcia will have his chance with 2 men aboard.
Now Suzuki playing the corners here tonight. A double down the left field line, then a base hit down the right field line, another base hit down toward the left field line.
Almost State Fair time. Join Fox Sports North at the Minnesota State Fair. Brought to you by Grand Casino Mille Lacs and Hinckley, August 21st through Labor Day. Find us at 1311 Underwood Street across from the Ballpark Cafe. Register to win tickets to your favorite hometown team's game. Meet the Fox Sports North girls, station personalities, Cletus, Vikings cheerleaders, Crunch, and more. Log on to foxsportsnorth.com. Click on the More tab for complete details.
Oh, looks like Bruce Chen now. One of 2 lefties out in that bullpen, going to relieve Aaron Crow.
So Arcia will hit against a lefty. picture with Detroit having lost. The City now has a 1-game edge in the loss column. And the Mariners hanging in there.
Yeah, the Angels leading the wild card, but it's going to be it's going to come down to who's going to be that second team.
The season would end right now. Detroit wouldn't even be in the playoff field. Here's Arcia against Francisco Bueno.
Yeah, my fault. It's Bueno out of the bullpen, not Bruce Chin. Bueno making his 20th relief appearance.
That foul. That might be the only pitch that Arcia gets in the inner half of the plate, and he missed it.
Bueno missed about 2 months, sprained left middle finger. On a disabled list from April 7th to June 1st. 33-year-old lefty.
And he pulls a pitch in the outer half. And did he have his foot on the bag? He did. Butler let the ball go through to Infante. And Bueno was there to get the final out. The Twins strand 2 in the 6th. With the Royals up a couple.
Yeah, Twins took an early 2-0 lead. 2 runs, 1 earned against Danny Duffy, but then the Royals came back with 5 hits and 5 runs in the top of the 4th inning, highlighted by Josh Willingham's 3-run double. A couple hitters later, a 2-run double by, a 2-run triple by Escobar made it a 5-2 ball game. There's a triple right there. They got past Santana. Scored 2 more runs and a 5-2 lead. Twins came back with 1 more in the 4th inning.
Caleb Thielbar will come out of the Twins bullpen to pitch to the Royals in the 7th.
Yeah, Caleb Thielbar worked a couple, 2/3 of an inning on Tuesday. 1 hit allowed in the 10-4 loss to the Houston Astros. For Thielbar, his 44th relief appearance, 38 innings, 35 hits allowed. Only 10 walks, 1 intentional with 28 strikeouts.
He'll face Dyson, Aoki, and Infante here in the 7th. Dyson shows bunt, takes ball 1 with Plouffe rushing in from third base.
What'd you think about Nolasco?
Well, I guess
about 50-50.
I put it in the form of a question to you. I mean, the velocity at 92, and there's an opening base hit for Dyson. And while the velocity is good to see, he just didn't seem to have much command of the fastball.
I thought he fell behind a lot. 14 of 26 first pitch strikes, and that 1 inning got away from him with Willingham's 3-run double and then the 2-run triple by. But other than that, he retired the last 9 in a row, and I guess that's the positive side.
Leadoff hit for Dyson, and now Aoki in a very likely, I would think, bunting situation here. Right-hand hitting Infante on deck.
Well, nobody has more stolen bases in the American League than the Kansas City Royals. They have stole 106 bases on the year, and Dyson leads the Royals with 26 of them. So a couple throwovers by Theobar.
Inside 1-0.
I was talking to Ryan Lefevre about their running game, and he says it kind of comes in bunches. They had a game against Oakland where they stole 7 bases in one game, and then they can go for 3 or 4 games without stealing a base. But even though 106 stolen bases for the Royals have been caught only 23 times.
Josh Willingham stole one the other day. There goes Dyson, and Suzuki has no chance.
Great jump off of Theobar right there. The 4th stolen base against them in 5 attempts. And Dyson gets into scoring position with his 27th stolen base. What a great jump.
Pitch called a ball, too, and mentioned it was a likely bunting situation, especially maybe more so now that Dyson's at second base than when he was at first. Theobar's got to throw a strike. And it's lifted foul and out of play. You remember where you were 3 years ago tonight?
No.
You remember where you were 3 nights ago?
No.
You and
what
I
happened?
You and I were in Detroit. Jim Thome hit a couple of home runs.
Was one of them number 600?
Yes, it was. It was a called strike, 2-2.
Good breaking ball right there by Theobar. Caleb has all 4 pitches. Fastball, the last one, the curveball. He'll cut that fastball against a hard slider and a changeup. Not too many changeups.
2-2.
That's not bad to show a speedy runner that at least you have that type of pickoff move. Spin around. Escobar keeping Dyson close to second.
Bounce to Escobar. Second hop came up on him. Good play. Getting it out and keeping Dyson at second base.
That's a nice reaction. Ron Gardner coming out. Probably bring in Jared Burton, who's been warming up. But, you know, you're keeping a runner close. You go back to field your position. All of a sudden, there's the ball. Nice play by Escobar. Trying to keep Dyson close. You kind of bounce back into the position, and then that ball coming up. But Escobar's been very steady at short. That's a nice play.
It'll be Jared Burton when we come back. Front. And you can catch catch the final third or quarter of the season on MLB.TV Premium. Watch every out-of-market game live in true high definition on more than 400 devices. Visit twinsbaseball.com for details. Check out the nation's #1 live streaming sports service, MLB.TV Premium. You brought up a very good point during the pitching break here. Burton coming in, he needs to try to get Infante out, but he better be very wary of Dyson at second base.
Well, you know what, he has to almost show Dyson that I'll have that kind of spin around move to keep him close to second, because opponents have run off of Jared Burton, 9 stolen bases off of him in 9 attempts. And Burton making his 51st relief appearance. It's been a week between outings for Burton. He last pitched last Friday in Oakland. Just 2/3 of an inning through 13 pitches.
Infante up, and with Aoki unable to get Dyson over to third, we'll see if the Royals try to steal him there.
Well, now it'll be up to Dozier, the second baseman, to keep Tyson close to second base. There. Okay, that's good right there. Just show them that you have that move, and what that does, it makes Dyson stop just for a split second.
Do it again.
One reason that clubs have run against Burton is because he does have that high leg kick. He does not utilize the slide step. He tried it for a while, but he's gone back to the high leg kick of that left knee that'll come. There's a slide step right there.
Breaking ball and a swing and a miss.
I always wondered why pitchers can't do that more often, the slide step, especially right-handers when you're having trouble holding runners on. You're not going to lose that much velocity by just hurrying up your delivery a little bit. Good change up there.
And yet pitchers generally just ignored runners for the longest time. You had Ricky Henderson in the American League, Tim Raines in the National League, that were stealing bases at will because pitchers went, with the big leg kick. They weren't going to change. As long as they got the batter, they were going to be okay, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, you're talking about two guys that can flat out steal bases.
Dyson
anyway.
will try, and Suzuki blocked most of it, but had it trickle away from him. And after all that, Dyson gets to third base anyway.
See how they rule it. It looked like Suzuki had it for a second, and it just kind of got underneath him.
Seen him block so many pitches, it will probably be a wild pitch because I think the pitch was in the dirt.
Yeah, wild pitch. You can see that sinker, and that is what I thought, that he had a chance to catch that ball. Kind of tried to backhand it rather than maybe dropping the glove.
Infield in. Struck him out with another changeup. 2 down. And that'll bring up Salvador Perez.
That big strikeout there for Burton, his 35th in 46 1/3 innings pitched. Infante way out in front of that changeup.
And now Perez infield at normal depth. Check swing, ball 1. Perez just 1 for 6 in his matchups with Burton. Fastball on the outside corner. Started the inning with a single, but like so many of his singles, it was like a double because he stole quickly. Went to third on a pass ball. 1-1 to Perez. One is blocked by Suzuki.
Good block by Suzuki there. With Burton, he has that good fastball. He has a slider, and then that changeup kind of has some movement. You see that ball landing in front of home plate.
2-1. Ball tip 2-2. Each team turning to its bullpen in the last half innings. Burton trying to strand Dyson at third. Got him. Came back over the inside corner with a fastball. And Dyson left at third. The Twins still trail by 2. Runs coming in the 4th inning against Ricky Nolasco. Farmland, what's cooking? Alex Cobb. The Rays continue to pitch well even without David Price. Zach Wheeler of the Mets with a good game.
Yeah, the Rays back at 500 at 61-61. Mets have been kind of hanging in there a little bit. They've got some pitchers that are trying to develop themselves a little bit, like Zach Wheeler. And Robinson Cano continues to hit for the Mariners.
It'll be an odd outing or odd game for Austin Jackson back in Detroit with his new club, the Mariners. The Twins trying to get something done here in the bottom of the 7th, but now you're getting into the power arms of the Kansas City bullpen. Kelvin Herrera will pitch to the Twins in the 7th.
Yeah, these guys can flat out bring some heat to the opposing players. And Herrera making his 51st relief appearance, 43 strikeouts in 50 innings, and Kane taking over in right field.
Escobar takes ball 1. Escobar with a single, a run scored, a fly ball to center. Swing and a miss, 96.
And Herrera with that fastball in the upper 90s, curveball and a changeup in his 4th season with the Royals. From the Dominican Republic, just 24 years old.
Top, SK. Come on, baby.
1-1. 2-1.
Dave Island, their pitching coach, has really worked with Herrera on trying to trust his fastball as far as control. He's always in the past been a little bit on the wild side, but they say he's attacking the plate a little bit better with that good fastball.
Foul back 2-2.
You can throw 96, 97. Trust it.
A little margin for error when you can throw it that hard, right?
Yes. I don't know. I never threw that hard. Could imagine what Nolan Ryan felt like. That over 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Here it is, son. Try to hit it. First of all, try to see it.
Hook down the line. Good foul.
Is he double on that or no? Huh?
So the velocity's right there. He's got a great arm.
Two and two. Reached back at 99 and struck him out. One down.
And that high heater right there.
During the off day yesterday, the 10th commissioner of Major League Baseball was named. They finally settled on Rob Manfred, who had been Bud Selig's lieutenant for many years. Will take office in January.
Yeah, Bud Selig was a commissioner for 22 years. Retiring. Manfred taking over.
One down. Here's Jordan Schaefer. A couple of good at bats against lefty Danny Duffy. Sharp single to left and a run scored, and then a line out to center. Foul to the screen, one strike.
You could say what you want about, Commissioner Bud Selig, but I think he has really helped baseball move forward over his tenure. A lot of changes made.
Schaefer bunts it in the air. We've just seen him with some terrible bunt attempts. I mean, that went over the screen, almost made it back into the upper deck.
And that surprises me. Here's a guy that's 27 years old. He signed with the Braves in 2005. Why he wouldn't become a better bunter
and maybe
and utilize his speed? We just haven't seen it.
We haven't seen it. We've seen 4 awful bunt attempts, including one he tried on his own with Eduardo Nunez at third base. Took everybody by surprise. Outside, 1 and 2.
I played with Brett Butler with the Cleveland Indians, and Brett Butler always would go into a year. He wanted 15 to 20 bunt singles. He said that's the difference, Bert, between hitting 270 and 290 on the year. When you can utilize that speed, and Butler was as quick as Schaefer was, or is.
And now outside, 2 and 2.
Rod Carew goes down to spring training almost every year and works with these young guys to try to believe in laying down the bunt and utilizing their speed. It's kind of a lost art.
2 and 2 to Schaefer. Line right to Moustakas. A good battle and another well hit ball off the bat of Schaefer, but it's out number 2. 3 bullets tonight.
He's right on this ball right here. Schaefer hits it hard to Moustakas for the second out. And this copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins LLC.
Danny Santana will bat. Now, because you haven't read that for a while, I was going to have you read it again, but now you're in for the long haul.
I'm in for the long haul. Yes, sir.
You'll have plenty of other opportunities to read them.
Yes, sir.
Including tomorrow night. 1 strike to Santana. And now 2 strikes. Barstool.com trivia question. I'm going to go with Butch Weininger.
I think we nailed it. Yep.
39 hits.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, and 2 to the Twins center fielder. Give him credit for a sacrifice in his second plate appearance, although he looked like he might have been able to beat it out. 0 for 2 on the day.
on the outside corner.
Changeup looked like at 90 miles an hour.
A 1-2-3-7 for Herrera. You're watching the Twins and Royals, brought to you by the all-new Chrysler 200.
Now back to Target Field.
Thank you, Jeff. That's
A lot of action down here.
5-3 our score as we get ready for the 8th inning. Jared Burton picked up a couple of strikeouts to strand a runner at third in the 7th.
And go Lynx.
And now he'll face Billy Butler, Alex Gordon, and Josh Willingham. Although Brian Dunson's warming up in the Twins bullpen. 1 strike to Butler. Regardless of what happens to the Royals, whether they win the division, whether they make a long October run in the postseason or not, great opportunity for Butler, who becomes a free agent after this year. And he's played an accomplished, better than average, according to Ned Yost. He's done pretty well over at first base, and he may find himself playing a position more elsewhere than he ever did for the Royals. A high blast to center. Santana going back at the fence, makes the catch, 1 away.
Yeah, some 400 feet away, and that's one thing you're going to not get out of Butler is a lot of power. A lot of extra base hits, a very good consistent hitter. A career .290 hitter in his 8th season with the Royals. But he just hasn't had that power, I think, that the Royals wanted out of Butler. And that's one reason they went out and got Willingham. Create a little more power.
And before that, Raul Ibanez. I mean, they've identified shortcomings and tried to address them. They picked up Eric Kratz as their backup catcher, figuring they needed to bolster that position. They're doing all the things that a contending team should do in the second half of the year. 1 strike to Gordon. He's got a sweet swing.
Yes, he does.
And he's become a much better hitter in the second half of the year. He's got 2 hits today and a line out to Mauer.
You know, I watched Gordon over the years, and, you know, this is his 8th season with Kansas City. And you have to, in the back of your mind, just think of George Brett a little bit, the way that he has that sweet swing. Good balance right there, getting the barrel of the bat out and then lining it right up the middle. He's almost got the hands right where George had them too, you know, right?
The follow through looks reminiscent as well, with the one hand coming off the bat. One out, one on, and
second hit for Gordon.
Willingham takes ball 1. started towards second. Willingham takes the strike.
Yeah, Gordon, one of these guys, you don't pay attention to him again with that high leg kick. Burton. Gordon with 8 stolen bases in the 11 attempts.
Willingham with a 3-run double in the 5-run 4th inning. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Good fastball away there.
Saw from Willingham, still apparently true, as it should be, just a week after the trade. But you make a mistake in the inner half of the plate, and he still can punish it. And he took a hanging breaking ball from Velasco and emptied the bases.
I would imagine as a hitter, your timing is everything, and then he ended up getting hitting that wrist, the left wrist, back in the middle of April when Justin Verlander drilled him. Missed about 6 weeks. Masterson, excuse me.
Two and two here. .35 home runs in his first year with the Twins, and in the year and a half that followed, a total of 26. Injury is a big part of that. Knee issue last year, wrist issue you spoke of.
Burton's been able to get 4 double plays turned behind him. Look for Gordon to take off here.
He goes. The pitch popped up near first. And too tall for a double play. Gordon got back 2 down. And before Moustakas comes up, in the pitching change that will precede it. Now on FoxSportsNorth.com, Tyler Mason takes a look at 5 Twins players who have something to prove between now and the end of the season. Ryan Dunsing will come in to try to get Moustakas out. As Ron Gardenhire tries to keep this a 5-3 game.
Yeah, good job by Jared Burton. A 5-3 score. Kansas City in front. Brian Dunsing will try to
strand Gordon at first base and keep this a 2-run game.
Having fun at the ballpark. Dunsey coming in, making his 47th relief appearance. He last worked Monday in Houston, 2/3 of an inning. Twins won that ball game. He got the win in that ball game. So Twins won 4-2. Dunsey 3-2 out of the bullpen.
It'll be Moustakas with Gordon at first and 2 down. Moustakas hitting just 143 against lefties. Down low, ball 1. Dunsey having a reliever's dream year in the sense that there isn't that wide gap between righties and lefties. He's gotten both righties and lefties out effectively.
I remember last year lefties had a higher average than righties against Bryant.
Foul back, 1-1.
Opponents hitting 239 off of Dunsey. Left-handers hitting 233, right-handers 244. Brian, he's been tough out of that bullpen. His last 22 outings since June 10th. An ERA under 1.
Flare foul over the Kansas City dugout, 1-2.
Dunson's allowed only 2 runs over earned runs over his last 18 2/3 innings.
Blocked by Suzuki. Of course, there's nothing Dunsey would like to do more than pick off Alex Gordon, his college teammate, and maybe he's still his best friend. They're at each other's weddings.
Yeah, both of them out of the University of Nebraska.
Darren Erstad, the coach at Nebraska now. And that's into right field, a base hit. Gordon will hold up at second base. First and second, 2 down, and that'll bring up Escobar.
Yeah, breaking ball just stayed up, and Moustakas gets his second hit of the ball game. Well, the Royals are 9th.
Difference in this game, the 4th and 5th Kansas City runs were driven in by Escobar. He hit a rocket to right center field. Santana cut across and saw the ball skip by him. And to compliment Larry DeVito, the groundskeeper, who's had not only the McCartney concert, Fox Tracks presented by Carrier, also a 2-day music festival last weekend. And the field looks a little patchy, but he says that'll all take care of itself once the sun shines on the grass. It grows and it's cut. It's the grain of the patches that looks kind of peculiar out there. 1-1.
Well, it kind of looks like the Rogers Center out there in Toronto, but with turf.
And this will get better. But now just baseball on this field for a long time. I don't know that any ballpark has shown off its beauty in such a variety of different ways in one baseball season as this ballpark. 1-1.
I agree.
That's squirted into right. That's trouble. And Dozier goes into a slide. And the throw comes through. Just a little flare off the bat of Escobar. And a big run for the Royals. They lead it 6-3.
Yeah, they had a little insurance run right there. Escobar right off the end of the bat scored it into right field. Scoring Gordon. Gordon scoring for the second time in the ball game. Kind of a look to left and hit it to right type swing. Right off the end of the bat. So an RBI single for Escobar. He's driven in 3 of the 6 runs.
There's Dyson.
A run charge to Jared Burton.
Strike 1 on a fastball. 32,013 the paid attendance. Ryan Presley warming up. That's to center. Santana with the catch for the 3rd out. 3 singles. An insurance run for the Royals in the 8th.
Bottom of the 8th, I'm Jamie Hirsch with an invitation for you to stick around after the final out for Twins Live presented by CenturyLink. We will take a look at Ricky Nolasco's Rocky night in his first start since coming off the disabled list. He's been on that for about a month, and it really ran into trouble. He really ran into trouble in the 4th inning when the Royals were able to put up 5. So we'll take a closer look at how they were able to get to him. We'll also go inside the Twins clubhouse and hear from manager Ron Gardenhire to get his thoughts. But first, the Twins will try to answer and rally here in the bottom of the 8th, guys.
All right, thank you, Jamie. Brian Dozier will lead things off against Wade Davis.
Yeah, what a year Wade Davis is having out of the bullpen for the Royals. 51st relief appearance, only 27 hits allowed in 52 and a third innings. 20 walks, 81 strikeouts.
Dozier takes a strike over the inside corner.
He's only given up 5 runs this year out of that bullpen and no home runs.
Right off the end of the bat.
Remember last year it was Luke Hochevar that kind of made his mark, you know, out of that bullpen for the Royals, and now he's out with the Tommy John surgery. But Wade Davis is a guy that they got in a James Shields trade from Tampa Bay, hoping that he would be one of their starters, and they put him out in that bullpen, and what a success story he's been.
Weak pop up behind first base. Butler in foul ground with the catch, 1 away. To pitch as much as he has. And up until the last series in Kansas City, he had not given up an extra base hit. Kurt Suzuki hit a double against him, and that's been it. I mean, no home runs. That's impressive. Yes. He hadn't given up a double or just 1 double and no triples. 1 down. Here is Mauer. He's hit 3 fly balls to Alex Gordon in left. Last one was hit pretty good. Sent Gordon to the warning track. Ball one. Important for Mauer to get on. Vargas and his power is on deck. Another one to left. Gordon running, making a diving attempt. It's a fair ball. Gordon has the ball roll free. Mauer will go to second. The call is made a fair ball, even though it looked like Gordon's arm extended well across the foul line. Mauer will get a double, and there aren't many balls that go into Alex Gordon's glove and come out. I thought that was a foul ball.
Yeah, that ball just kept slicing away from Alex Gordon. A fourth fly ball hit to him here tonight off the bat of Joe Mauer. And yeah, the ball's a fair ball, and it just fell out of the glove of Gordon. So Mauer keeping his hitting streak alive, now tying a career high 16-game hitting streak. Mauer with his 19th double, a one-out double.
Well, Mauer is aboard, and Vargas will hit. Just the second extra base hit given up by Davis. Both doubles by Twins. Vargas 1 for 3 as a right-handed batter, a single. Oh, back one strike. And now 2 strikes.
A little cutter right there got into the hands of Vargas. Perez sitting down and away.
Oh, my.
I tell you what, baseball did the right thing by putting those screens in front of dugouts, especially the way the ballparks are built now, so close to the playing field. That ball lined right off of that screen. Like Jason Vargas right there.
James Shields backed away.
Yeah. Jeremy Guthrie.
Oh, and 2. Awkward swing, and Perez needs to throw to complete the strikeout. 2 down.
That was a curveball right there, a good spot when Vargas went for a pitch out of the strike zone. Davis picks up a strikeout, his first.
Kloof with a double to left center field. Sent Gordon to the warning track in the 6th. Ball one. Royals got a 2-out flare that dropped for an RBI hit in the top of this inning. Twins hoping for at least that here in the bottom of the inning.
How about a blast?
2-0.
Kloof with 8 home runs, 6 of them hit here at Target Field, 7 of them against right-handed pitchers. And again, Davis has not allowed a home run yet this year.
Three and 0 with Suzuki on deck. Suzuki already has 3 hits tonight. over the inside corner. Davis wants a new set of signs. Fouled straight back.
Good swing. Just got underneath that high fastball.
Three and two to Plouffe. Foul back. Oakland lost again to Atlanta. The A's have a losing record since they acquired John Lester. Lester's pitched awfully well for them. 2 runs tonight. They miss Yoenis Cespedes. 3 and 2 to Plouffe. Foul back.
And Perez going to walk out the baseball to Davis. 3 straight fastballs to Plouffe that he's fouled back.
Another 3-2 from Davis to Plouffe. On a breaking ball. It's been ball 4, and it's fouled back over the Twins dugout. He's trying to take advantage of Mauer's 1-out double. You get 2 hits in an inning against a guy who rarely gives up 1. To center. And Dyson with the play looks back at some loose turf. The inning ends. We head to the 9th.
welcome back. Let's take a look at this ball game right here. The Twins took an early 2-0 lead. Velasco ended up working 6 innings, gave up 5 earned runs, all of them coming in the 4th inning on 5 hits. Josh Willingham's 3-run double, and then a couple batters later, 2-run double by Escobar. There's the 3-run double. Mauer keeping his hitting streak alive. Now at 16, that ties a career high with a double in the 8th inning. And he was stranded there. Ryan Presley coming in for the 9th time out of the bullpen since being called up on July 23rd when the Twins let Matt Guerrero go.
Be the top of the Kansas City order: Aoki, Infante, and Perez. First pitch line to right. Dozier can't quite spear it. And it's Lorenzo Cain leading off the 9th inning with a base hit.
Cain jumping on that first fastball. Presley with a good fastball. Hard breaking ball and a changeup. Dozier. Great effort right here. Looked like a little cutter that just stayed up, and Cain hit it the other way, just out of the reach of the diving Dozier. So 12th hit for the Royals here tonight.
And Cain walks to second base.
And without a throw, what a jump by Cain right there. And Royals like the run. For Cain, his 18th stolen base in 21 attempts.
1-0 to Infante. Two and 0. Cleveland beat Baltimore 2-1 in 11 innings. Mauer scoops up the first hop. Cain advances to third. 1 away. And Perez will hit next. Come to a Twins game on Saturday, September 6th, to get your All-Star Game Glenn Perkins bobblehead presented by Pepsi. The first 10,000 fans at Target Field that night will receive the limited edition bobblehead. Call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com to get your tickets for the September 6th game against the Angels. Twins will bring the infield in here for Perez. Popped up near second base. And Dozier with the catch, out number 2.
Yeah, I got to go back to Infante's hit again. We've seen the Royals, 3 times tonight with a runner at second base shoot the ball the other way. And, giving that opportunity for Perez to pick up an RBI, but he ended up popping it up. So a big out for Presley.
On the subject of bobbleheads, apparently tonight the Tigers were issuing a bobblehead honoring Miguel Cabrera's MVP year from a year ago, and so they handed out presumably 10,000. That seems to be the stock number. And on the base of the bobblehead it says Miguel Cabrera, National League MVP. Been that kind of year for the Tigers.
I guess they're going to trade him then back to the National League to Miami.
One strike to Butler. A walk, a single, ground out, a fly out. Twins are already down by 3. Presley trying to strand Cain at third with 2 away. Hacked foul. Twins will have Suzuki, Arcia, Escobar due up. Schaefer. Bench of 3 men: Parmelee, Nunez, and Fryer. Most certainly facing Greg Holland. Holland says, "I'm ready." And that'll end the inning. At least it should. Royals leave another runner at third. They'll take a 3-run lead to the bottom of the 9th. will see if they can create a little ninth inning magic against Greg Holland.
One of the best relievers in all of baseball right now. 36 saves and 38 save opportunities for Holland. Very good earned run average at 1.71. 47 and a third innings, only 33 hits allowed, 69 strikeouts.
Suzuki has 3 hits tonight. Looking for a 4th. Fastball is up. Tigers have already lost 7-2 to Seattle. Holland can get his 3 outs with less than 3 runs scoring for the second time this year. The most important time, the Royals will have a game-and-a-half lead on Detroit. The other time was back in the middle of June. Up high, 3-0. We see the fastball, and we've identified a pitch that we think is the splitter, but Holland says no, that's more his slider. He doesn't throw that many splitters at all. So the pitch you see that dives straight down, a unique breaking pitch, spinning pitch, and on 4 pitches he issues a leadoff walk to Suzuki. And he'll bring up Arcia.
First walk that the Twins have taken tonight.
Tomorrow, Yordano Ventura will take on Phil Hughes. He's looking for win number 13. That's our Century link to what's next. Arcia finally getting a chance to hit against a right-hander. 0 for 3 against the lefty. Lefties. Up high, ball 1. And there's a strike. Two and 1. But you need another base runner, and then anything can happen. He's been busy. 5th time in the last 7 games. Driven foul, 2-2. Fouled away. The walk to Suzuki. As quick as it was on just 4 pitches. It's the 16th walk he's allowed. 33 hits. So now that's a total of 49 in 47 and a third innings. That whip that a lot of people take a look at for a pitcher. Walks and hits per innings pitched. That's pretty good.
No, very good.
A drive to right field and deep to the gap. High off the wall. Over the glove, the reach of Dyson. Suzuki's going to come around and score on a double by Arcia. Now the ball rolls away, and Arcia will go to third. A deep drive to right field that missed going out by a foot or 2.
And 11th double of the year for Arcia, driving in his 30th run. Holland fell behind, challenged him with a fastball. Good solid swing by Arcia, hitting it high off the wall. Kane and Dyson over there. The ball over the head of Dyson. Kane picks it up. Arcia scoots over to third on the air.
Now Escobar. Ball 1. Corner infielders even with their bases.
They give Kane an error on the throw home. the right fielder.
That allowed Arcia to go to third, but he will get credit for a run batted in. 1-1. Punch to left, not deep enough to score. Arcia. He plays it a third of the way, one down. And Arcia's run doesn't mean anything. The Twins need another base runner or a home run here. And it'll be Chris Parmelee who will hit for Jordan Schaefer. Schaefer taken out of the game, even though he had really had a series of good at bats, hitting the ball hard, very hard, 3 times tonight. But Parmelee has power potential that Schaefer does not.
And Parmelee, as a pinch hitter, 2 hits in 6 at bats. He's driven in 3 runs as a pinch hitter.
Twins do not have a pinch hit home run. And that pitch misses, ball 1. Holland's given up just 3 home runs in nearly 50 innings. 1-0. On the outside corner. Behind Parmelee will be Santana. Royal outfield deepening now. Trying to eliminate the possibility of a double. Butler 3 feet from the line behind first base. Up around the hands, 2-1.
16 pitches for Holland, only 7 strikes.
His outing started with a 4-pitch walk. Parmelee bounces that fair. It'll score a run, but now the Twins are still a run down and down to their last out. Parmelee with a pinch hit ground out, driving in a run.
Well, Parmelee picking up his 22nd RBI. It's a 6-5 Royals lead.
Santana has had a quiet night at the plate. 0 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt. Down low, ball 1. Santana sacrifice bunt in the 3rd. Led to a couple of Twins runs scoring then. And another one in the 4th, and now 2 here in the 9th. And a strike.
Now, Holland, a stocky right-handed pitcher at 5'10", about 195. 2-time All-Star. He was here at Target Field for the All-Star game. His 2nd appearance. Well, that sure looks like a splitter that you were talking about.
And it might have been, but he said people misidentify that he throws far more sliders than splitters.
This slider goes straight down, as you mentioned then.
1-2 to Santana. That's a foul.
Holland last year 47 saves for the Royals.
Strike 3. Perez tags him, and the Royals continue to play winning baseball. A 1-run win tonight in this opener of this 4-game series.
Well, Holland picks up his 37th save. Duffy beats the Twins again. And a good job by their bullpen, not allowing a run to the Twins up until the bottom of the 9th inning. Twins tried to come back, but came up 1 run short.
Anthony LaPanta, Ricky Nolasco's return to the rotation. Mixed results with a big 5 spot in the 4th inning.
That was too much for the Twins to overcome. The Royals make it 19 wins in their last 23 games and take the series opener 6-5. We'll preview game 2 here from Gardy and look back at Ricky Nolasco's night next on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink.